Hello everyone, Risky Toothpick here, back again with some more Agatha Christie's Murder on an Orient Express. And last time we investigated a murder, found a button, interrogated a few witnesses that lied to us, and then we found a woman, a very young woman, who was passed out, possibly drugged. And today we're going to figure out what happened, or at least get her side of the story. But we're going to look around first.
A cup of tea with white residue at the bottom.
I'll say, let me make sure I get this right so it's not too loud. I have it all set up in a certain way. Okay, so we need to figure out a code, or I guess the number to her lock. There's the missing button.
A briefcase and a wagon-lit conductor's jacket. And the button is missing.
So this was the outfit used to escape that one woman's apartment. That looks to be everything, though. What else are we missing anything else? I'm like, just that suitcase. Let me see in here. No, nothing else there. Alright, so let's go to our mind map. Maybe there's something we can do here. So we're missing 3 things altogether. Quite a few. So let's back this up so we can kind of see. Joanne Locke. Let's see if we have any information on her. Just basic room 105. Okay. We really need to get into that suitcase. It's just, how can we?
A briefcase. A briefcase and a wagon-lit.
Weirdly enough, I can't really investigate other things in here. Can't really investigate her as well. What we can do is we can do a hint. I need to search her suitcase and discover the code to open her briefcase. Okay, so it is in the suitcase. We just have to figure it out. The only thing we can mess with is this.
A briefcase and a wagon.
Oh, right there, 194. 194. Oh. So it makes noise.
If you need a break, I can ask Jean to make you some coffee. No, that's mine. I never remember my passwords, so I make them easy ones.
Damn.
We really need to find the combination. Have you tried 0000? Poirot, I'm disappointed in you. I was certain you would have it by now.
He's really getting in the way.
Book. Silent like a mouse, please.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll be quiet now. You need to concentrate. I will not utter another word. Not one.
Book. There will be another murder on the Orient Express in a moment.
My goodness. At least we finally figured out what we needed to do. Okay, 8624. Man. The briefcase really didn't help us out a lot there. Another firearm. Oh, and I did look up that other firearm, the one I didn't know about, and yeah, it's used in a NATO country, so it's a caliber in the UK region, that area.
She has a gun.
Come, Poirot. Criminals are often known to carry one.
Ratchet was stabbed, not shot. But then why take it on the train?
A detective.
This badge says that Joanna Locke is an American detective with the Berkshire Police Department in Massachusetts.
An American police officer? Oh.
Very strange. What is she doing all the way over here?
Mademoiselle Locke seems very interested in our victim.
Of course. She has studied her target.
Possibly.
Oh, and her driver's license. Okay.
Her driver's license confirms her identity. She is American.
These are fake IDs. It's certain.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to fake the stamp.
Her driver's license confirms her...
These are fake IDs.
The stuffed animal is the same as in the photo found at the crime scene.
What a coincidence.
Mademoiselle Locke appears to have been investigating Monsieur Ratchet.
Look, she's waking up.
Thanks to you, I would not be surprised if our murder victim were also waking up.
What?
Oh, my head. What's all the yelling about?
Who are you? Give me a good reason why you should not be in handcuffs.
I can give you a reason, Book. Whose handcuffs will we use? I have none. Do you?
Well,
You are Joanna Locke, mademoiselle?
Yes, Joanna Locke. I'm a detective. Berkshire, Massachusetts Police.
I have found your credentials, mademoiselle.
And I know who you are, Mr. Poirot.
Then, if the introductions are complete, perhaps the explanations may begin.
I'll try. It's simple, really. I'm on the trail of a murderer.
Are we gonna get a cutscene or what? We might get something
I
fancy
had
here.
just been promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
Oh, this is pretty cool. So she has a Massachusetts map.
A topographical map, often more important than a road map in these mountains.
Daisy Armstrong case confidential.
The investigation is now part of a pile of investigations, and my captain sent me here just to dot some I's and cross some T's.
Alrighty, Daisy Armstrong, 3 years old, daughter John and Sonia Armstrong. Victim was taken sometime on the evening of February 24th. The abduction took place at the Armstrong residence where a reception was being held. Miss Moreau, Daisy's nanny, discovered the child's disappearance at approximately 10:45.
The crime was audacious. How could the kidnapper know which was the window of Daisy's room? No, they could use a ladder to reach it, and no, they could enter the room without being seen.
Yeah, it's definitely someone who knew her. Like, where are you gonna get the ladder from? So there's a ladder, like she said, the window was open, and a four-wheel drive tracks were found in the woods near the house.
The misspellings are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid.
Interesting. So they followed the ransom demand with a meal, and then there was no communication with the kidnapper. Probably killed her, unfortunately.
How could the child be taken with so many people in the house?
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? It's a lot easier to do something in plain sight than if you're trying to be sneaky. So, yeah, they had their social event, total strangers. Their nanny was screaming. They went upstairs, and of course, she wasn't there.
I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions.
And then the mother apparently saw her at 10:30. So weirdly enough, it's like right after the mother left, she magically disappeared.
That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again.
Okay. And then telephone records.
The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
Who were they calling, though? Interesting. Very interesting. So I don't think there's really... Oh, there's a little bicycle. So we gotta take a statement. So I'm guessing we can just get out of the vehicle. Really nothing else for us to do here. Is there mustaches? Oh, yes, there is. There's 4 of them. Okay. So the nanny's probably gonna be inside. Probably most of your mustaches are gonna be outside. Probably 1 or 2 of them at least. Oh, is there like a magical... Oh, there's a magical... You can't walk on the grass, apparently. Can't walk on the grass at all. Interesting. Magical walls. Where do you come from? I kind of don't like that in games. I mean, you might as well let it open. But it's understandable because we would have wasted, 5-10 minutes looking for a mustache. That wasn't going to be out here.
Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
Joanna Locke.
I don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia, she hasn't been herself. Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been lost.
Oh, I see. We had hoped. Well, do as you wish. I won't be far if you need me.
Alrighty. Oh, they got some weird abstract art around here.
Their fairy tale became a nightmare.
I do like how she's able to move a lot better, though. Poirot is kind of slow.
Help yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
That's right. You need to find all the mustaches. Ooh. Love that music.
Sympathy and support for the Armstrong family during this difficult time. Thoughtful, but never enough.
There's a TV show called Dexter. If you haven't seen it, check it out. They have some instrumentals in
Oh,
it.
dear child.
Top tier. Okay, so there's a door there we can go into. Okay, so that's the mother. Looks like she's pregnant.
I've earned a gold mustache. A toy castle. When I was a kid, I had a police station and a tiny squad car with a siren that really worked.
Hey, this is not the time to be reminiscing about your past. Okay, that's the one we need to talk to. We will talk to her. Let's talk to the mother first.
Mrs. Armstrong, my name is Joanna Locke. I'm a detective investigating the kidnapping of your daughter. May I talk to you? When is your baby due? Mrs. Armstrong? Sonia?
I don't want to talk. I just want to see my daughter again. That's all that matters.
Interesting.
Woman, I can't imagine how she feels. And another baby on the way? I want to help, but I'm here to take the nanny's statement, and there are no words I can think of to ease Sonia's pain.
Nope. Alrighty, so select an element in the file which can comfort Miss Armstrong. Maybe the photo?
That's it. No rookie mistake there.
Honestly, it makes sense, the photo. And see if we can talk to her again.
Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it.
So now we know why she's so interested or, stuck on that case.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
May I come back? If I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
Alrighty. So we're probably supposed to talk to her, but we're probably doing it in incorrect order. We're probably supposed to talk to the nanny and then talk to her, but it is what it is.
A toy train. Now here I am on a real one. Lyon, in France. What a lovely looking city.
Man, look at that cat though. Alright, so we just need to talk to her. Looking for that mustache that can't be found.
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Alright, so we'll start at the top because I think all of these will have to be asked regardless. So, summary of the night.
Tell me about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on her board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Interesting.
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Could have been more than one. Someone to come in here to open up the window and someone to take her.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people. Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
Alrighty.
I have Suzanne's statement, but her answers need some checking.
So I guess we can ask the mother and the father. Yeah, this one right here.
This information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for 5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return.
Very strange.
That is a great detective job.
The accounts given by Mrs. Armstrong and Miss Moreau do not match perfectly. I have to check. So we just talked to her, so let's go back to the mother. Let's make sure that she actually stayed with her daughter for quite a few minutes.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
Okay, the stories Sonia and Suzanne tell don't match. I should recheck my file and track Suzanne's movements.
Check the phone number in the file. I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. So it was like 10:30, right? So I'm guessing this one?
That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes. The detective gets it right.
So we know the mother went in there at 10:30, so there's a difference between them. I need to know how long. Okay. Well, let's go talk to Miss Moreau. Once we kind of confront her on not being, or, being gone for like 30 minutes, we'll get closer to solving a part of the case.
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
That's right, let's confront her. We already know. You're a lying bastard.
Are you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
5, 6, what does it matter? It was very quick.
Select the element that proves she's lying, the phone record.
You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My mother is extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicking. Why now? What is she afraid of?
There's no such thing as coincidences. Alrighty, reconstruct the following events in the correct order. It probably would be the window one first. Then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come through the party, go up the stairs, grab the girl, and leave through the ladder. That's what I would do if I was a monster.
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all.
It's kind of common sense, to be honest. Ooh, she had something to say there.
Kidnapper places a ladder under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party, just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes.
He probably more than likely talked to, the mother and the father. Kind of figured out what they were going to do, what was their plan, and then he, went off from there. You gotta be pretty courageous, though, to, go through with that. That's the wild thing. Alright, there's really nothing else down here. Call Miss Monroe's mother to check her alibi. So I guess we gotta put some of the letters. Okay, so we need to find the phone records. Okay, let me see if I can pull it out. Not really in our thing here. I can probably inspect, yeah, okay. I was like, what am I doing here? All the way over here. 2140. Oh, that's nice that it actually, keeps it 5, 2. Wow, it's just, okay.
Score. 1 for the good guys.
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial again, or contact your service provider.
The number Suzanne called is not in service? A hospital?
Yep, we know she's lying. She probably needed money, and she wanted that money, and then whoever took, the little girl, it's a totally different monster. But now we can, reach her again and then confront her about lying to us about the phone call. My problem is why didn't the detectives on case figure this out? This is easy work.
I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
Alright, well, let's go back to the mother.
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
Suzanne told me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
Interesting. Alright, so it looks like we need to talk to both the parents. Time to go all the way down. Oh, I guess we can ask him about all his personal information.
How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Even though, they lost a daughter, he's weirdly okay with it. It's difficult for him, but He's fine?
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from Daisy's. She seldom leaves it.
And that might be because she's, what's the correct word here? Like she feels bad. Like she feels responsible, because she more likely is.
Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
And she needs money.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
Yep, the maid did it, or at least the maid's involved. So now let's confront her. She really should be ashamed of herself, though.
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's the number the hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not approved yet in France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
Wow, you talked to her while she was in a coma?
Are you sure you called your mother?
Yes, every night since she was admitted in December.
And then, yep, the coma. She's been talking to just a body just laying there.
Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend, Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance. That he was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night. So he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time we were talking.
But he could have kept you talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it. You can understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you, but you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's most important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more lies, Suzanne. For Daisy, no more lies.
Dumb.
Noah. The name might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now, whether my captain wants me to be or not.
Oh, there's the book. We're gonna go through all these because there might be, you know, a mustache hidden. Oh, someone drew on that one. Romeo and Juliet. There's the book she apparently read the girl.
A locked diary? Let's see if I can shine some light on its secrets.
All right, we gotta find the key. And no mustache, unfortunately.
A card from the florist. It's signed N.
So that's from that Noah guy. He swooped her off her feet.
Huh.
Okay, Why would you want to mess with this one but not the others?
What's in the glass case? Oh, big surprise. Glasses.
Okay, so start with the Kleenex.
I expect Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks.
Paris.
An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key. Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings.
I'll say just open it up.
Why put a key in a jewelry box?
And a ring. Alright, is there anything else we missed in here before I open her diary? Does not look like it. I like how since we have the key, it now tells us there's something new.
That doesn't work.
Interesting. Backwards.
Okay, Suzanne. Let's see what you haven't told me.
That's pretty cool though, it's like a trick. Alrighty, day at the park with Noah. I could tell he's opened up more and more with me. I chatted about my job, told him how much I like the Armstrongs, especially Daisy. Really feel like he's invested in our relationship. The kind of man is so rare these days. So Valentine's Day, they went to the Blue Lagoon, a restaurant for lunch. Something happened, he received a text message. He had to leave. He wouldn't say, he instead went away somewhere in the mountains. Finally, we arrived at a cabin in the middle of nowhere. He told me to stay in the car, not very romantic for Valentine's Day. He gave her flowers, but he was more distant. She doesn't want to be involved in his private life. And then now we're on the final page. It's been a while since I wrote in this diary. I didn't have the strength, and I think this is the last time I will write in it. My dear Daisy was kidnapped, and I haven't heard from Noah since that day. It was the night Daisy was taken. He talked and talked. I left Daisy too long, and now she's gone. I thought he loved me, but he just never called again or anything. He hasn't replied to my messages since the night Daisy. I'm lost. It's my fault Daisy is gone. I didn't watch over her.
I can see why Suzanne didn't tell me everything about this, Noah. It's clear when he disappeared that she realized something was very wrong.
Alrighty. Screw this Noah guy. So what do we need to do? I should check the identity. So I'm guessing we need to talk to her some more? It's probably what we need to do just to kind of get some more information about her ex-boyfriend.
I imagine these flowers must have been beautiful. Who gave them to you?
The gardener. They're getting pretty wilted, but I hate to throw them away.
The gardener, but it had an inn.
Tell me about your boyfriend. Have you been together long?
My boyfriend? Why? He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Please, Suzanne, the sooner you answer my question, the sooner we'll be done.
His name is Noah Garrity. I met him at a Lunar New Year party in Great Barrington. He is a kind and caring person, although, well, I miss him. He had to go away on business. He should be back.
Damn, she's still lying about him. She's crazy. I guess maybe we can ask the parents. Maybe they'll know something.
Know anything about Miss Moreau's boyfriend?
Her boyfriend? I know she went out with someone for a while there. More recently, I saw a man in a 4x4 who would pick her up on her nights off. He never got out of his car, just waited for her. She did seem to spend more time than usual on the phone these past few weeks, but she worked hard. We weren't going to begrudge her what free time she had. Since the abduction, she keeps pretty much to herself.
I won't
Right.
be long.
Take whatever time you need.
The guilt. We know what this is. This is the tire tracks.
These tire tracks could well be from Suzanne's boyfriend's 4x4. That is a great detective job.
And now we can confront her. Okay. Let's confront the maid. Or the nanny.
Tell me about
Oh.
your boyfriend.
My boyfriend, he doesn't
Wrong
his
one.
name-
Tread marks of a four-wheel drive vehicle were found outside the garden on the night of the kidnapping. Noah drives one, doesn't he? Where is he, Suzanne? If you know anything more about him, you have to tell me.
I know what you're thinking, but it's impossible. He was very nice to me. He never did anything to make me suspicious. We went out to eat, to the movies. Just like a normal couple. He's not the only man in the Berkshires who drives that kind of car.
I swear. He never did anything to make me suspicious.
Come on, Joanna. You can do better.
You really didn't notice anything strange about Noah until he vanished?
He could get moody at times, as if he had a lot on his mind.
Valentine's Day.
In your diary, you say that Noah took you to a cabin in the mountains on Valentine's Day.
You read my diary?
I'm sorry, but we have to find Daisy. We both want that. So yes, I looked in your diary.
You're right. He took me to a cabin in the woods. I waited for him in the car. He came out after a few minutes. He was very sweet and apologetic, but he never explained. We went back to the restaurant for dessert.
Did you ever go back to the cabin with him?
No, never.
So, what made Noah drive all the way to a cabin in the middle of nowhere? He left her in the car. Why was he there? This is important. I know it is. I can use Suzanne's directions to the cabin and compare them to the map of the area I have in my car.
Alrighty. So what do we need to do now? What did Miss Monroe tell me about the ride to the cabin? They crossed two bridges in some thick woods when they passed a cornfield on the left and entered a heavily wooded area. So with that information, we need to go back to our vehicle. I'm gonna say we're gonna discover what happened here. Let me make sure there's nothing on the car. Nope. Oh, wrong one. No. Go back. Give me that map.
Thanks to the information Suzanne gave me, I should be able to find the cabin on this map.
We left town, then crossed two bridges. Right here. Then passed a cornfield on our left. Ooh. It's like, which one of these is the town? This one? 1, 2, on the left.
I've got it. The cabin has to be here.
There we
I
go.
have to find that cabin. I hope I'm not too late.
There we go. Well, at least we figured out a lot of the information here, and we are on the trail. Ooh, look, that girl's watching out the window. Oh, why are we showing up at the cabin at 10 p.m. at night?
Okay, here is this famous cabin. Let's investigate.
Alright, but we're going to stop here today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. And next time we will investigate the cabin in the woods.